It had all the makings of a terrible tragedy. A plane full of tourists landing through thunder and lightning in the dead of night crashes without warning. Here's what remained. Those 3 pieces of metal were a passenger jet carrying 131 people, including several Americans. 130 of those passengers are alive tonight. The only death was caused by a heart attack. Almost everyone else on that plane got up and walked away. U.S. investigators are on their way to San Andreas Island tonight as we examine how so many on that Colombian jetliner survived what could have been a catastrophe. And Sharon Alfonsi is here tonight to start us off. That is just incredible.
An incredible story. It was about 1:45 in the morning. Passengers were apparently stirred awake. The jetliner was preparing to land. Everything was going fine, they say. Then they heard thunder and felt a blow. The jet crashed so hard it split into 3 sections, and somehow, unbelievably, just 1 person died. That passenger suffered a heart attack after the crash. The 737 was flying from Bogota to an island off the Colombian coast. The pilot was reportedly attempting to land during severe thunderstorms. As they approached, he says the plane was struck by lightning. The plane hit down short of the runway, sliding on its belly before it shattered.
It was going down pretty fast when it impacted the ground. It's very hard to break an aircraft into pieces like that.
Meteorologists say there is evidence of multiple lightning strikes around the island before the crash, including one strike that hit the east side of the runway just 7 minutes before the plane landed.
Aircraft get struck by lightning every day. It's not a new thing. Aircraft are designed for it.
Among the survivors, 6 Americans, including David and Carolina Bellino from Georgia. It is the latest in a series of unbelievable crashes with unbelievable results.
737's down on one of the runways, out flames and smoke.
In Denver, the 737 caught fire, cracked in half, and amazingly, everyone survived. In Jamaica, this jet skidded off the end of the runway in the driving rain. The engine sheared off. The jet cracked in 2 places, plowing into a fence and over a road, and no one was killed. And while the stories of survival may be more commonplace, they're hardly less remarkable. Tonight, officials in Colombia are calling it a miracle. Sharon Alfonsi, ABC News, New York.
And our aviation consultant, John Nance, joins us now. And John, you see those pictures, you wonder how anyone could survive. Yet, Sharon points out these other dramatic survivor stories. Is this a significant pattern or just coincidence?
George, I think it is significant. I think it's 20 or 30 years of very hard work in the aviation manufacturing arena and safety in looking at what's happened in the past and saying, how do we make it safer? How do we keep seats from collapsing on people? How do we put fire blocking materials in? I think we're seeing the fruits of all those labors. Also, the suggestion that lightning may have been involved in some way. Yet planes get hit by lightning all the time. It's not supposed to bring them down. No, it doesn't have any motive force. Now, you never say never on anything, but I've never seen an accident caused by lightning. However, there is a remote possibility that we had some sort of flash blindness at the critical moment in the cockpit. I doubt it, but it's possible. It's also possible that the lightning could have interrupted the instruments, although they're glass instruments, glass cockpit. That's not supposed to happen. But again, you can never rule everything out, or anything out for that matter.
But it could have been the broader storm.
More than likely, what this says to me is we had an airplane hit at too high a descent rate, short of the runway. What do you look at when you're in the middle of a storm? You look at wind shear. You look at columns of air coming down that you flew through and could not control your descent rate.
Okay, John Nance, thanks very much.
Thank you.